In this video, I am going to be sharing you my breastfeeding journey, everything that you need to know about it, and everything that you need to get right now. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back on YouTube. I just needed to take a break from all of the pressure and all of that stuff, but whatever. I'm back and I'm so excited to be sharing this video with you guys. So this is one of my most requested videos ever, and I think it's because I am pretty open and I'm pretty much an open book when it comes to people asking about what I do and how I do things and stuff like that. So a lot of people ask about my breastfeeding journey. I have exclusively breastfed Justice, who is now almost 7 months. Ever since I've exclusively breastfed ever since I would say his second week. The first week we did have to supplement with formula only because we were waiting for my milk supply to come in, and also he was in the NICU for a little bit. So in this video I am going to be sharing you my breastfeeding journey, everything that you need to know about it, and everything that you need to get right now if you're breastfeeding. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and I guess share my story a little bit. As I mentioned, Justice was actually in the NICU for a day or two, and when he was there, they did supplement him with formula, but they did allow me to go into the NICU every 2 to 3 hours to try and breastfeed him. I do have to say that I did get lucky because he actually just latched perfectly, so I didn't have any issues with that. When you are in the hospital, definitely take advantage of the lactation consultant that's there. I did not take a breastfeeding class. I didn't even take a birth class or anything like that, but they do offer a lot of assistance while you're in the hospital, so definitely take advantage of that. So as a new mom, you already know that your baby eats about every 2 to 3 hours, and so what I did was I breastfed on demand. So even between the 2 to 3 hours, if he had any signs of being hungry, I would pop out my boob and let him snack if needed. So I definitely feel like that helped with the demand of my milk supply. And I have to be completely honest, I did not pump as much as I wanted to. A lot of people ask me about pumping, and I think that's because I have shared a lot of photos of my milk stash, but I have to be honest, my milk stash is 90% or maybe 85% not from my breast pump. It actually is from my Haka, which I will share my must-haves after I share this story. Okay, Justice, come on. So the first thing was I definitely breastfed on demand. I set an alarm every 2 to 3 hours, and if he was hungry in between, I would offer the boob to see if he would take it, and sometimes he would, sometimes he wouldn't. A lot of people recommend using the lanolin cream for your nipples if they're cracked or sore or anything like that, and I did use it. I used the Medela one. I would say that exclusively breastfeeding requires a lot of discipline. I did not go out I'm trying to think. I think we went out maybe a couple of times, but I would say 95% of the time I am with him. So I am there to offer my boob for him to eat from there. So in the beginning, my nipples were really itchy all the time, and I wasn't sure what was going on. I wasn't sure if it was because of like them being engorged, because it was like a new sensation of like having your breast filled with milk. But they were like really itchy all the time, and the nipple cream didn't help at all. So I wasn't sure what was going on, and that was happening for about a couple weeks. And then I did notice that Justice's tongue was like white a little longer than like normal, because breast milk on your tongue should dissolve in about 30 minutes or so. So I went to the pediatrician, and they did say that he had a little bit of thrush, which would mean that I would have thrush as well. I would have nipple thrush and he would have oral thrush. It's transferable because it goes, obviously his mouth is from my goes on my nipple, and my nipple goes in his mouth. But we did get some medication to fix that up, and it didn't take long before it was gone. And then I thought that we had it still or we got it again after a couple weeks, but they checked, and it was just the milk was taking a little bit longer to dissolve than normal. So that was something that we went through that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, so because I was breastfeeding on demand, it was really hard for me to find time to just like sit down and pump, because when you're breastfeeding, most of the time you are just sitting down and nursing. And Justice nursed anywhere, bless you baby. In the beginning he nursed, I would say like 5 minutes to 10 minutes. But he would just so easily fall asleep after nursing. So they said to try to do 10 minutes on each side, but sometimes that didn't happen, and I think that's the reason why I went with nursing on demand. And now I would say like his sessions range from 10 minutes to 45 minutes, just depending on how hungry he is, and also how long it's been since his last nursing session, and also depending on like my body. And what I mean by that is like sometimes my milk flow will be slower than other times, and sometimes it's like a lot. So that's that. And another thing that I experienced with breastfeeding was this thing called a bleb. I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah. I'm not sure if it's called like nipple bleb or just a bleb. Oh, a nipple bleb is also known as a nipple blister. And what it is it's a blocked nipple pore, where it simply means that the milk is stuck under the skin. And I had that for, I would say, 2.5 months before it like popped or like dissolved. But that didn't interfere with my ability to nurse. And also mine was not painful, thankfully. I just put a like warm cloth on it from time to time, and I would say that's what made it go away eventually. And also like the suction of like your child nursing or pumping helps as well. Yeah, so you have to be like really dedicated, because the more you nurse and the more you pump and the more you remove, the more your body builds. And that's something that they tell you, like your lactation consultant will tell you, or even like the doctors and nurses will tell you. And so that's why I really stayed consistent with that. And if anything, I would say my secret to building my milk stash was using my Haka. This is my Haka right here. This is by the Haka brand. It's a silicone breast pump, and I like that it was portable as well, because I could bring this around if I needed to. It's kind of like a manual pump. You don't really have to like do the motions of pumping, like it's just a suction and it stays on your boob. And I always tried to put the haka on the opposite breast that he was not nursing on. And even if he had nursed on this side, I would still use it again on the other side, if that makes sense. About 85% of my milk stash is just because of this thing, and I'm so thankful that like I found this product and I have this product and I can use this product. So yeah. And then when it comes to things like pumping, so I actually have the Spectra S2. This is the one I have. It's the pink one. I have the one that is plugged in. I know that the blue one is available where you no longer have to be plugged up to a wall, but it doesn't make a difference because who's gonna hold a machine walking around? Anyway, so this is the one that I used, and I tried my best to at least do it twice a day in the beginning. Sometimes I would only make it to one time a day, and sometimes I wasn't able to do it all because I just nursed so often throughout the day. And especially like when he was like cluster feeding, yeah, there was no time for me to pump at all. I always did my best, and I was like motivated by like watching other moms at the time like who just had given birth, and I was like, dang, you guys are pumping a lot. So I'd be motivated by that, and I would like stay up like when he was sleeping to try to pump, even if I wasn't getting a lot. And every time that I did pump, by the way, I would only get, it would range from 1 to 3 ounces more, and most of the time it was like 1 to 2 ounces. Occasionally it would be 3 ounces, and like once in a blue moon I'll get more than that. I have collected more in my haka than in my breast pump for one side. Speaking of breast pumps, I actually have a manual one as well. So this is what a manual one looks like. And you just go like this. And yes, I have milk in it because I was extra leaky last night. So I decided to hand pump because I didn't want to get out all of my supplies, because it is a lot of work to set this thing up. Like, you got all the plugs and all the cords, and it's so long, and it's really inconvenient. And a lot of people like ask me about breastfeeding, and that's all I can tell them is it's so inconvenient. Like, you're stuck, you're tied down, like you got all these long strings hanging from you, but it's worth it because if you got extra milk and you can feel it, just let it out. So I also bought this one. I bought this one specifically because I was tired of carrying around my electronic pump when we would travel back home to Maryland. So I got this so that I could pump when I needed to, which now at 7 months, my body produces like the amount that he needs and not excess like before. So I don't pump that much now. But something that I am always thinking about is my milk supply. And a lot of people ask me how I've been able to maintain my milk supply, and I am going to share that with you guys right now. Water, lots of water. I'm pretty sure that because I breastfeed, it's the reason why I'm so dehydrated all the time. But drink as much water as you can. Obviously, don't overdrink, don't underdrink, but drink as much as you can. And I promise that will help in itself. Another drink that I highly recommend, I don't know what it is, it's just a miracle drink to me, are these Body Armor drinks. So I don't know what it is, but it's for superior hydration. Y'all see that right there? And I think because it does its job of hydration, that it works for my milk supply. I saw a few other YouTubers recommend it, and I was like really skeptical about it. I was like, it's just a drink, like how does it work? I don't know. I took it, but whenever I do like add this to like my normal amount of water that I drink, my boobs get leaky. So, and in here, like it says it's 10% coconut water, so I don't know if that's it. It doesn't have any like of those like breastfeeding ingredients that you would get in like say bars or cookies, which I'm also going to share with you guys. But it just works. So give it a shot. Let me know if it works for you. I've recommended it to my friends before and it has worked for them as well. So just try it. Give it a shot. It's only like $1.50 at Target. And I bought these little packs, but normally I get the big drinks because they're good. They actually taste good too. I would also say to keep the quality of my milk, stay on your prenatals. These are the ones that I take. I've taken this since I found out I was pregnant. Okay, so other necessities that you would need. Okay. Girl, I'm telling you, when I first started pumping, I hated it because it was inconvenient. It was inconvenient with all the stuff you gotta put together. It was inconvenient because you gotta sit down. And then the day that I went on Amazon and I bought myself a pumping bra, literally amazing. So unflattering, so ugly, but so worth it because you're hands-free. I don't know what I was thinking, like just holding the bottles by my nipples like for 15 minutes. I think that's about how long I would pump for. It was miserable. So when I bought these, I was so excited. This was $20 or less. I can't remember. I will link everything down below as well. But yeah, I just got the black one. And this is also great for nursing as well. Just really unflattering, but it does the job. It does both pumping and nursing, and so that's all you need. Did you poo? I was gifted a boppy for my baby shower, and I literally used it every single day for breastfeeding when he was little. Like now he's like so big that, and the boppy is so big, it just does not. It does not fit in this area for me. But I love the boppy that we have because it's a boppy that he can grow with. It shows you on the tag like how to use it as they get older. And now we just use it as like a bumper for him to sit up by himself. So that's pretty awesome. Other stuff that I used for breastfeeding and my breast milk and stuff. I did use the lanolin cream for a little bit. Didn't use it that much, that's why I still have it. I actually had like 2 of them and I ended up returning the other one because I did not use it enough. Just wash it, put some lotion on it, call it a day. I also got a lot of these nipple pads. So in the beginning, I would say especially like around 2 to 3 months, I was so leaky all the time. It was so annoying. But it is what it is. Like you're not even able to like just catch it with any kind of pump. So it would just like leak. And I still leak from time to time, but not as severely as I was before. And I say severely because I have so many milk stained shirts from just like leakage. It's insane. But yeah, and that's another thing. Honestly, I didn't even wear a bra 90% of the time because I just wanted it to be easy access. And like I don't know if you guys have gone through it or if you're going through it right now. I have mom fem or like pregnancy induced arthritis or whatever, tendinitis. There are so many names. I have no idea. But it was hurting my thumbs to like unclip it, and so it was just way easier for me to just not have anything and just lift up my shirt or whatever. And I would sometimes even put these pads like on the shirt, but I didn't care if it went on my shirt or not. And I say that because you could just wash your shirt and your shirt will look normal again. Okay, so the most important thing that you will need if you're trying to build a milk stash or like store your milk are milk storage bags. These are the ones that I use, the Lancino brand, which is also the same brand as the hand pump that I have, and also the same brand as my nipple pads. So this is what it looks like. It's clear. It has a section for you to write the date, the volume, the name, and the time. Literally, I didn't do any of this. I just wrote the date and the time, and then I just wrote the date. And then once you put it in, it tells you how many ounces it is. And if you have the ones that have like the white and purple flowers on it, white and purple flowers, you can directly put this on your pump, which I learned like a lot later in my breastfeeding journey. So what you do is you open it up and then you just stick it to the top, and you can pump directly in the bag and then just go and store it. Like, I wish I had known about that because it would have saved so much time. So yeah, so if you guys know, like literally 1/4 of our freezer space is filled with breast milk, and I'm truly proud of that. Because it was a lot of hard work. Like, you have to like wash these things constantly, sterilize them and everything, but I always wash it in really hot water, hot soapy water. And also after you wash it, you can store it in the refrigerator, and that keeps it good for another like day or so, I believe. So that's that. And I have actually tried 2 types of lactation cookies. This was the first one that I had right here. Okay, these are the first ones that I had right here. These are the Munchkin brands. This flavor is chocolate salted caramel cookies, and they're not bad. I have to tell you that none of the lactation cookies are soft. All of them are like hard cookies, not hard cookies, but like not soft cookies. And these are mini ones. They tasted fine, tasted like regular cookies. And when I first had them, I think he was around 3 months. I instantly felt engorged. And now when I have it, like, it just helps produce milk, but I no longer feel like engorgement. So that's important for you to know as well. So I had these. I would say they worked, and the recommended instructions says 1 to 2 servings per day can help breastfeeding moms reap the full benefits of milk maker cookies. And 1 bag is 1 serving. I only ate these like once a week or less than that. Or sometimes I would only eat like half the bag and eat the other half the next day or something like that. I don't think it's necessary to eat the whole bag, especially if you have a healthy supply from draining your boobs. These are the other cookies that I have had. So these are the Milk Flow cookies. This is the oatmeal raisin lactation cookies. These also taste like regular cookies to me. I didn't try this like early on in my breastfeeding journey. I tried it more recently when he was like 6 months. And I can't confirm or deny if like it helped. Like, because I can't confirm if I had more water one day than another day. I want to say that they did work because I did actually pump using them, but it's also because I told myself I'm going to pump today. And yeah, now at 7 months I don't pump often. So I'll try to do it once or twice a week is my goal, but again, it's really hard to keep up with. This is more like traditional based stuff, and I can say that it worked. So you don't exactly need the ones with fancy ingredients like this one, but it's good to try both and see what works for your body. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any additional breastfeeding questions or any other questions in general down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Say bye, Justice. Say bye.